This video is going to show you exactly how I generated $25,000 on the side while rebuilding and rebranding my own HighLevel agency. In fact, this model is perfect for people who know how to use HighLevel really well, but are struggling to find clients to sell their white label to. So if that's you, make sure that you stick around. Hey, welcome back. If this is the first time you're seeing me, my name is Dom and I started using HighLevel way back in 2022 and I hit SaaS Gold in 2023. However, 2024 was a really rough year for me. It started out with me losing 80% of my white label clients and having my business partnership completely implode. I then made a big bet with an ad agency on an offer I didn't prove yet, and it put me another $15,000 behind. What little clients I did have left barely covered the agency expenses, and the little bit that was left over went towards chipping away at this $15,000 credit card bill. Now, why am I telling you this story? I'm telling you this story because number one, I want to keep it real with my subscribers, and number two, to show you that success is not a straight line in this game. Pretty much everybody that you watch online goes through these boom and bust type of cycles. I realized that I went bust because of structural churn, which basically means I was selling to the wrong crowd. I sold annual plans to my SaaS, and at the end of the year, 80% of my customers had no more use for it, so they canceled when it was time to renew. That's a bad business model. To prevent this from happening again, I needed to find a new avatar. But finding product market fit with a new avatar in a new audience you haven't been in before takes time and testing. And it's hard to do proper testing when you're under pressure to pay all your bills. So I put on my side hustle cap and I went to work. Now, there is a very, very large gap between people who know how to use HighLevel and people who know how to sell HighLevel. It's very rare to find somebody who can do both. And typically the people who know how to sell HighLevel have way more money. Knowing this, I put together an offer to build out these people's accounts and build custom snapshots for them. My minimum build job was $2,500 and a full account build out with a custom snapshot was $5,000. And I also offered freelance support services at an hourly rate. Now, I hope this goes without saying, but I'm gonna say it anyway. You have to know HighLevel well and be competent using it to charge this kind of money. Let me also be clear, I'm not a developer. I don't know how to write a lick of code. I'm just a HighLevel power user. HighLevel can do it without any kind of mods. I can probably figure it out. If you happen to be a specialist in a certain area or a developer, you can probably charge more than me. From what I've come to understand, I'm priced about mid-market in the HighLevel services world. But that's okay, this isn't my primary focus. My primary focus is getting end user small businesses onto my white label of HighLevel. Now the question becomes, how did I get my clients and how was I able to land them without any objections? And the answer to that question is, you're watching it. Now, I did get certified through HighLevel's admin program and I did put myself out there on Upwork, but the bulk of the money generated came organically from this YouTube channel. Now, Upwork was really good for small one-off jobs and hourly deals, and the admin badge and community gave me a few clients, but the highest paying and easiest to deal with clients came from my YouTube channel. Here's why. Number one, I already demonstrated my expertise on HighLevel by putting out content here on YouTube. And number two, my free Kick Some SaaS course pretty much showed them step by step what I was going to be doing inside of their accounts. By putting out how to use HighLevel and how HighLevel helps businesses type content, I was showing my expertise on the platform and also showing that I understood how HighLevel fits into the end user's business models. I also put out a free course that gets really granular in the setup, and ultimately the people who had more money than time decided to reach out and just have me do the work for them. By the time people hopped on a call with me, they were already sold on my credentials and expertise with the platform. The only two questions they needed answered were, number one, can I do exactly what they want me to do with the platform? And number two, could they afford my cost? If both of those answers were yes, then we had a deal. I didn't have to sell people on why they should go with me, and I really didn't even have to do discovery to uncover a pain point. That's because YouTube did all of that work for me. If I had to do this all over again, these are the steps that I would take. Step number one would be get competent with HighLevel. Now, you don't have to start on the $297 or start on the $497 plan. Funds are really, really limited. Get good at using the $97 plan and work within a sub account because that's where you're gonna spend 90% of your time as a service provider. Now, I learned through my very own trial and error and trying to replicate all the workflows and concepts that I knew and things that I had built on other platforms, but getting the HighLevel certification is a good way to learn the platform, and it will also let you charge a higher price in the beginning because you have that official HighLevel stamp of approval. And then step number two, create YouTube videos on how to use HighLevel. And more specifically, make videos on the calendars, workflows, and the phones functions because those are the ones that people get tripped up with the most. If you can position yourselves as a calendar, phone, and workflow specialist, you will have a very wide swath of people to work with. And also there's going to be a very narrow group of people who know how to use those things well. And in addition to making just simply how to use these features and how to build things with these features, make videos that show how these features facilitate real world results. For instance, use a fake example of, let's say, a spa with multiple rooms and multiple masseuses, and then build a calendar schedule around that particular real life scenario. And if you can do that, you're going to demonstrate not only do you know how to use the platform, but how you can use the platform to facilitate a real world business result. That is the type of content that's going to get you real paying clients. And number 3, create a free course on showing people how to set up HighLevel, how to use it in business situations, and use this as your primary lead magnet. Make sure that you include your affiliate link, because you'll be surprised at how many people just watch your content, download your free course, use your affiliate link, and DIY everything without needing to contact you. Number 4 is you should build a basic book a call funnel and link it in your course and on your YouTube videos. And on your YouTube videos, you're gonna wanna link them in your description, but also use YouTube's pinned comment feature. If you go onto all my YouTube videos, you're gonna see a pinned comment from me containing a call to action and a link, because on mobile, this is where most of your YouTube traffic is gonna come from. Do not sleep on the pinned comments. Number 5 is build all of your own stuff in HighLevel, please. Okay, you don't want to position yourself as a high-level service provider who specializes in HighLevel and then use a Calendly link or a get response email sequence. Eat your own dog food, because this is going to build your credibility and it's going to make your sales easier to close. Number 6, price higher than you think you can. The people you are going to be servicing likely have a lot more money than you do. So stop selling these services out of your own pocket and price them to the market. Again, what you think is going to be a lot of money and what you think is going to be expensive is not necessarily expensive to the person that's hiring you. They can likely afford your, oh my God, that's so much money price. Also keep in mind that this is what we call a dark market. So there is no book, there's no standard price, there's no market rate for any of the services that you are going to be offering, because pretty much everything in this world is custom work. So price based on the value that you feel that you bring, and know that you're not selling out of your own wallet. You're selling to the people who have a much larger wallet than you. Which brings me to the next step of number 7, is never stop creating content on this stuff, okay? This is what is going to drive all of your leads. If you stop creating content, your leads and clients are gonna start to dry up. The other thing about creating content is that every single time that HighLevel drops a new feature, there's a handful of whales out there who just wanna pay somebody to set up that new feature, and they don't wanna learn it themselves. So if you create content on brand new features as you get good with them, you're gonna have people who wanna have the fastest, basically the first to market on some of these new features. You'll have them searching YouTube on how to use it. They'll come across your video and they'll say, you know what? Let me just pay that person to implement that for me. And they'll go through your book a call funnel or hop into your course on the subject. And as a general rule of thumb, whenever HighLevel comes out with a new feature, you make a video on that new feature, it's really easy, guaranteed views. And this last one here is not necessarily a step, but just know that it's okay that if you find a niche and you find a home as a high-level service provider servicing other agencies, it's okay to stop there. You don't have to go and find white label clients if you can make a decent living and you enjoy doing the process of servicing other agencies. There are people in the HighLevel community who make millions servicing other agencies without taking on white label clients of their own. However, if you do decide that becoming a high-level service provider is for you, eventually you're gonna have to make the decision as to whether you wanna be a boutique one-person agency or if you wanna scale a team, but that's a topic for another video. So if you like this video, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel, and let me know down in the comments if you wanna see more of this type of content. I've also left a free link in the description to a free course that I created showing you how to get started with HighLevel. And if you want, you can watch more training here on YouTube by following one of these 2 videos. I'll see you in the next video.